Thank you very much, Jim. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster, Toastmaster members, and honored guests. The coldest winter I ever spent was in the summer in San Francisco. Yes, I said summer in San Francisco. Has anyone been to San Francisco? Okay, sure, quite a few of you. So then you're probably aware of the changing weather conditions there. They're as changeable as the seas that surround it. Well, despite the weather conditions, I absolutely love San Francisco. I think it's one of the most beautiful cities in America. Now, if you have a bucket list of things to do in life, then I have 2 excursions for you to do to add to that list. Let's see, has anyone heard of the Golden Gate Bridge? Yeah? No? Yeah? I hope all of you say yes. It's not only one of the most famous bridges in America, but it's an iconic symbol in San Francisco. Now, it's one thing to see the bridge and appreciate the view from afar, but I highly recommend traveling across the bridge, be it either 2 legs or 2 wheels. So either walk across it or bike across it. Now, obviously on a clear day, because otherwise you may only see the tops of the bridge, because it'll be a fog-filled day, seriously. So walking or biking across the bridge is a feat in itself. It's just an accomplishment. It's invigorating, it's fun, it's unique, and there's so many opportunities to see wonderful views. And you can spend ample time doing that versus just driving across. So the bridge itself is about 2 miles long, so it's really not that far. So it's easy to walk or bike across. And again, you can take your ample time to appreciate the views. On a clear summer day, the views from the bridge are one of the most beautiful in America. Seriously, you have so many panoramic views. You feel like you're on top of the world. You feel like King Kong. Because where else do you get all these views while you're physically outside on a bridge, a suspension bridge at that? For example, so I'm still envisioning myself. I can still see the sights as clear as day. So I'm on top of the bridge, and I look down. It's like 500 feet. That's how high you are. And all I see is this chopping waves from the ocean hitting against the San Francisco Bay waters. And I look down, and I see a windsurfer. And he's got a kite that's just vibrant. It's like red and yellow and green, and that's how I found him, because of his color colors. And you're like 50 stories high, you really have to focus. You're like, is that what I really see down there? And he was just cutting through the high winds like knife through butter. He was just having a good old time. And I was impressed because he's far away from the comforts of land. He's right by the bridge. So that was looking down. And then when I look up, I see these huge bridge towers and the sweeping cables of the suspension bridge, and they're just gigantic. You just feel like you're a little speck on the bridge. And I was just in awe of the enormity and the beauty of it just bestowed against the bright blue sky. It was just chilling. And when you look on either side of the bridge, you see the steep rolling hills. And then I see like afar, I can see in the distance. And I can see the San Francisco skyline. I can even point out the one high skyscraper you may be familiar with. It's called the Trans-American Pyramid. One famous skyscraper in San Francisco. You can kind of see it. It has that pointed top, has the little wings. On the side almost looks like a rocket getting ready to lift off. I can see it. And you're just like, oh, look around. well, and I still appreciate it because all I see is color and beauty and peacefulness. Even though there's a lot of people on the bridge and cars, there's all the sounds, all of it together. It's just very invigorating. I highly recommend if you're in the city to go across the bridge. The next excursion is fun and educational. You never should leave San Francisco without doing or taking a ferry boat ride to Alcatraz. I'm sure everyone's heard of Alcatraz, right? Well, the fun part of the tour was the boat ride. Well, the whole tour was fun. But the boat ride was a little special because I was with my husband at the time, and of course it's a foggy, chilly, windy day. And we decided to take the boat ride, and it takes you around the island a couple times and just hits you just right. You get that wind of that gust. And my husband and I, we decided, okay, well, we're going to pretend like we're on Titanic. Like, woo! We had our arms out on the bow of the boat. We had all this wind coming at us, and we were freezing. It felt like we were in Chicago, like the blizzard the other day, except without the snow. But that was fun. We just figured that was part of our experience in San Francisco. So that was the fun part, was the boat ride. But it is also educational, of course, because as you know, Alcatraz, back in the day, maximum security prison that held the likes of Al Capone and Machine Gun Kelly. And think of all the murderers and criminals that are in that building. And it is it's a cool tour. If you haven't been on it, and you can buy or rent the earphones and hear about the stories, and it guides you along through the whole building, and it's amazing. Just even the prison cell alone, and you could stand inside of it, and that is really how wide it is. You're like, wow. Now for the lucky prisoners who got to be situated next to like a window, because they had like the windows high up, and they had stories about thinking of, being a prisoner there, and the winds that would come off for like a Friday or Saturday night would come off like the Fisherman's Wharf, and all the laughter and people having fun, and the smells of food wafting like through the prison walls. Think of that. You're a prisoner there, and you're, wow, like you can reach and you can smell and taste life, but you can't have it because you're there. So that kind of struck a chord with me. It's like, wow. So I highly recommend that tour. Now, I haven't explored everything in San Francisco. There's so much to do there. These are just two little teasers. But because I like to visit places twice, I definitely will go back. But maybe this time I'm going to go in the winter, and that way it'll be the hottest summer I've ever spent. Is in the winter of San Francisco. Well, I'll check back with you and let you know how that works out. Thank you.